Welcome to WCT, WitchyChickTea. I'm your witchologist, Ahvay. Here at WCT, we'll be taking on ratchet emails you guys send me regarding all things drama, kink, or tea worthy. I'll respond with my personal intuition and readings from my tarot cards. Some of these emails are crazy as hell, so if you offend easily, this channel ain't for you. Kink, drama, tea. You ask, I answer. If you have a topic to discuss or need a reading, email me at WitchyChickTea@gmail.com. And now, with my familiar big boy at my side, let's see what's brewing in my pot. Oh, first we have Keisha from Delaware. Okay, I'm just over it. 3 months ago, my girlfriend and I binge watched the A-Team. Since then, she went to some hair place and got a damn mohawk. She's wearing like 50 fucking chains around her neck. And in a poor rendition of Mr. T's voice, she says, I want the wop. At first, it was a little cute, because my girl has a nice ass physique. She does lift weights and is nicely toned. But it's been more than a month, and my friends and family thinks she needs an intervention. I don't know what she needs, but I can't do it anymore. I'm embarrassed as all hell. I refuse to go anywhere with her while she looks like that. Girl, did I mention she wears a fucking leather vest like Mr. T does in the show? The mohawk is cool. She actually looks good with it. But the rest has to go. And stop. What do your cards say about this mess? Because a bitch can take no more. Boo. Okay. This is some really funny shit. This is really the first time I've ever heard anything like this. Okay, let's keep it real. I'm not sure she needs an intervention or perhaps just to talk to a therapist. Because a grown-ass woman should not be fanning on a movie star to the point where they change their outer appearance and even try to speak as they do. Let me ask you this. Have you sat her down and truly tried to talk to her about the situation instead of just going the hell off or clowning her behind her back? I would try to talk to her seriously. And if that doesn't work, then yes, I would go the intervention route. Because I'm picking up that this isn't a game for her. The show was cool, I do get that. But it's going too far. And I think that she needs to speak to someone, or either you guys, her family and friends, need to give her some rough, tough love. Let's see what the cards have to say. The first card says hope, inspiration, spirituality, contentment, calm. And this is the star. See, what I'm getting with that is that she's caught up in this, I'm not going to say a fantasy, but she's caught up in this. For some reason, I can't put my finger on it. For some reason, that show resonated with her, and she's just really fangirling, if you will. Now, as far as it bothering her everyday life, I'm not getting that she's picking up that it looks a little weird to other people. I just get that she's fangirling. So for her, this is just, she thinks it's a good thing. And she's not making that connection that it looks a little weird. And I think that you guys laughing or picking fun, and what I'm really picking up on is that you guys encouraged this in the beginning. You know, encouraged the look and the rest of that. So she's not really getting that it's not cute, it's not cool. And I think that at this point, some realness needs to happen. The second card says awakening, and that's what I'm saying. She needs to come out of this. And the only way that's going to happen is if you guys talk to her. Y'all have to seriously talk to her, because I am picking that up heavy. You guys played the part in this. Y'all encouraged her. And even with, like you said, the mohawk and the body part, there's been a lot of encouragement on that end. So you do need to dial it back now, and y'all need to have a sit down conversation with her and try to really get her to see the truth in this. And if that doesn't work, then yes, you may have to go the therapy route. The next card says get it done. And that's exactly what I'm saying. You guys have helped create this monster. And y'all are going to have to step up now and really talk to her. And if that doesn't work, then y'all are going to have to get her some type of therapist. Because she really doesn't see where this is a problem. And she's a little lost in the whole aspect, if you will, of this persona. You know, she's already a tough girl on her own, I'm picking up. And now this is just like really giving her that little macho edge. And again, like I said, I'm picking up, I'm getting that you guys did help beef that up for her in the beginning. So, yeah, y'all got to get it done. The next person up is Kelton from Chicago. My girl started dabbling into this witch world stuff. I honestly think she put a spell on me, because there are times that I have no memory of doing or saying something that she swears I've done, such as giving her my credit card and telling her to go on a shopping spree. She took a small room in our house and painted the damn walls black. She has it all rigged up with witchy supernatural shit. There's even a damn crystal ball in there. At first, I didn't know what to think about all of this. She's on social media in some secret chat with a coven, or so she claims. They even sent her some kind of robe thing. Look, I've tried to talk to her. I explained that I don't feel comfortable with all this carrying on going on in the house. She said some shit about her family bloodline. I'm telling you, this shit is fucking with me. Now, I'm a man, and I don't fear easily. Shit has been happening in the house. Lights flickering. I've seen dark shadows out of the corner of my eye. And ever so often, there's a scent of boiled or rotten eggs throughout the house. It comes and goes. I swear, one night the blanket suddenly flew off the bed. I can't take much more. The relationship was good before she started this shit. It stops or I leave. What is your take? Hun, I'm glad that you reached out to me. This is a serious matter. Now, I'm getting that there's something within her bloodline. Her bloodline is an old line. However, she's recently discovered this, and she's tapping into it, but she's doing it wrong. She needs the guidance of someone that is already experienced within the craft. She needs to speak to her grandmother or either an old aunt. Instead, I'm picking up that this group she's talking to online, they don't have her best interests at heart. And they're into some shady shit. She needs to cease that activity. She really needs to cease that immediately. Tell her that you've spoken to someone who is within a bloodline and that they advise her to talk to the older women in her family. She will get the guidance that she needs. If she does not believe you or will not listen to you, hit me back up Mark the email urgent and private. I will do a private reading with you and her. Again, she needs to stop the things that she's doing in the house because she's digging into matters that she doesn't truly understand. She's opening doors that don't need to be open. Y'all need to do some sage. Y'all need to actually get some sage sticks if you don't already have any and do a cleansing of the house. You can do this now to close down the activity. However, it won't stay closed as long as she's doing what she's doing incorrectly. Even the room is not to be feared as long as it's cleaned and positive activity is practiced going forward. I want you to take what I'm saying to you seriously. Talk to her. Hit me back. And again, if she will not listen to you or does not believe you, then hit me back and get her to sit in on a reading. This is a situation that can be fixed. It hasn't gone too far yet. The first card says, powerful, influential, spellcaster, tactful, resourceful, psychic powers. See, this is what I'm saying. She's part of an old bloodline, and she's just picking up on it due to her getting into this cult, if you will, this online activity. And I'm sensing that they picked up something. So someone in there is not a fake. And they're using that. They're pushing her in directions she don't need to go into. But of course, she doesn't realize it because this is her first rodeo with all of this. So she really needs the guidance of the older people in her family, the older women in her family. I'm getting like an old line, like a Geechee line. She needs to really speak to the older women of her family, and they can help her out. The second card says divine lineage. And see, that's what I'm saying. This is an old bloodline. And again, she really, really needs to speak to the older women of her family because they can get her on the straight. The next card says soul healing. And that's what I'm saying. You guys have to clean that house. But once you clean that house, she speaks to her family. They'll guide her in the methods of cleaning herself. Because even myself, when I do personal readings, I have to do a cleansing after each reading. You have to clean those energies out. Okay? So it's very, very important. And if she won't do it, if I were you, I would reach out to her grandmother, like an older aunt of hers, and explain to them what's happening. And I promise you, they can help you get it together. The next card says, and excuse me for that, I'm so caught up in the cards this morning. The next person up is Crochet, and I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. Crochet from New York. Ahvay. I know that taking shorts in life is usually looked down upon. However, with the way these rents and bills are, I did what I had to advance. I knew my boss wants me. I've caught him staring at my crotch and ass on numerous occasions. So recently, the time for raises and advancements rolled around. I put in for a higher position. My boss called me into his office. He explained that 3 others were in the running for the position I put in for. He gave me a proposition stating that if I agreed, then the position was mine. He's married, so I figured he wouldn't screw me over, not if he didn't want wifey to know he craved dick on the side. I did the do, several times. A few weeks later, the positions were filled, and guess what? I didn't get it. When I confronted him, he said that the partners wanted someone else, that it was out of his hands, and then I received a pink slip. I know he had a hand in this. I can't fight the dismissal from work because I've already been let go. But I'm not the kind of bitch you can cross and get away with. I plan on going to his wife. You see, he has a red strawberry mark on the head of his cock and only one testicle from an accident when he was in his teens. Now, there's no way. I'd know this if we weren't intimate. You say actions have reactions. Well, this is mine. I like how you guys attempt to throw things back in my face when it doesn't suit what you want to believe or whatever you want to say. Yes, that is very true. I do say that, and I stick by that. The actions have reactions, and honey, I can tell you this: if you go down this route, there will be a reaction. Honestly, you sound salty as hell, and I get it. You're upset you did the damn thing and you expected the position. Again, you said it yourself. Taking shorts don't always pan out. Unfortunately, you learned it the hard way. Now, as far as going to his wife, I've said it many times. When you do things for spite, when you do blackmail, a lot of times these things don't turn in your favor. You've got to understand one thing. The wife has done nothing to you. So to go to her and hurt her purposely, see, that has to come back. That hurt that you caused to an innocent, that will come back. It's the law of threes. I talk about this threes all the time. What's done happens and then comes back. You understand? See, karma isn't our job. That's not our job to do. And when you take that upon yourself, you invoke the laws of three. You cast it, it'll be done, and then it comes back. You understand? Currently, she doesn't know what's happening. And this, I see a lot of murkiness. The wife, poor thing, she doesn't know that her husband is stepping out. I'm getting that clearly. She doesn't know that her husband is craving men on the side. You're not the only one that he's laid with. I'm clearly picking that up. I know the reveal is not for you to do. It's going to come out. And when it does, there's going to be nothing nice. If you can take vindication from that knowledge, then do so. You need to work on you. Work on getting new employment. Don't do this shit anymore. Give up notions of the reveal. You go down that road, you won't like the consequences. You've been forewarned. Just know they've got their own shit coming, okay? And if you can take any vindication in that, then please do so. Because going and trying to hurt this lady, even though eventually you're trying to hurt him, it's no good. It's no good. Let's take it to the cards. The first card says, spiritual transformation, renewal, sudden change, new beginnings. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. You need to let this go. Let it go. Don't go the spite work route. Do not do it. You need to work on you, get new employment, and don't do that shit anymore. Don't take those kind of shorts, because you're playing with your own body and you're not being true to yourself by doing that. And 9 times out of 10, it's not going to turn around and work in your favor anyway. The next card says worthiness. And see, that's what I'm saying. You have to know your own worth. You got to know your own worth. And you've got to play that card, because you're worth more than that. Now you belittled yourself, lowered yourself to this man's standards. You've given up the goods, and you're sitting here empty-handed. But you know what? Take that loss, because you'll be stronger going forward. And that's how you have to put that in your mind like that. Okay? The next card says move beyond. And that's what I'm saying. Move beyond this. Do not stoop to spite work. Because I promise you, it's not going to work the way you think it will. Move beyond. Next up is Jasmine from Florida. I am a self-contractor and lost my job due to low inventory. I can't collect unemployment and have been actively seeking employment. When I wasn't able to make my rent payment, my landlord gave me another option. We've been having sexual relations for over 6 months. Now, here we go again. I actually spend most of my nights with him. Now he lets me know that he's selling the building and moving up north. He's given me until the sale is final to move. I feel some kind of way. Used, discarded, deceived. I thought that we were moving past our arrangement and into a relationship. I mean, I was at his place more than I was at mine. How could he do this to me? I am devastated. Do you have any advice? Love, unfortunately, these things do happen. Be very aware of bosses and landlords or anyone that's giving you an option of sex for any kind of place to stay or employment opportunities. 9 times out of 10, they're only looking out for themselves. Your landlord is a crumb, navel lamp, shit on the sidewalk. I'm clearly receiving that he knew he was selling that building way before this happened with you losing your job. I want you to start with Google. Do searches in your area for programs that aid with job placements and housing. I'm sensing there's a cousin. You might have to shack up with them for a moment until you land on your feet. Pride be damn in this. Contact the cousin. Start with the Google search. Things will get better. Sometimes we have to walk that broken path before we find our yellow brick road. This is your broken path. Start walking. Going forward, don't get involved in anything like this because it's just a shit show and you're not going to get what's promised. You understand? These people, they're basically predators. They see your situation, they see you at a low, and they use it to get what they want. And 9 times out of 10, they're not going to give you what they promised. So you're just setting yourself up for failure. Let's take it to the cards. The first card says trapped, indecisive, confined, self-sabotage, stagnant. And this is where you're at. I understand wholeheartedly that you feel some type of way, you've been deceived, you began to have feelings for this man, and I'm clearly picking up on that. Yet again, this was a game for him from the beginning, and I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but you have to understand this and see this clearly in order to move on. This man knew, and I'm picking that up clearly, he knew that he was going to sell that building. He knew this before you even lost the job. And he used that to get sexual favors from you. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm picking up that this isn't his first time doing this. You're not the only tenant in that building that he's done this with or that he's doing this with. What you need to do is get out. Like I said, start with Google, do a Google search. There are programs out there that will help with housing, that will help with job placement. I do pick up on that cousin. Give that cousin a call. I know a lot of times we don't want to go back, we feel like we're embarrassed but sometimes you got to swallow that embarrassment because that's not your end. That's just a step on your path of getting to where you need to be. So yes, call that cousin, but do that Google search first. Call that cousin and then move on. Don't even worry about this fool. Because let me tell you something. When you do dirt, it comes back to you. I promise you. So do not even give that another thought. The next card says creativity. And that's what I'm saying. This is your moment. This is your time to put your time into Jasmine. To put your energy into Jasmine. What does Jasmine need? Where does Jasmine see herself in the next 5 years? Let's get that plan going. Get a notebook, start jotting some stuff down. Like I said, get on Google, do some searches. Let's make it happen. Because I promise you it can happen. And it will happen. The next card says strength. And again, just what I'm saying. You've got to have the strength to pull out of this. And you got it. I understand. I would feel used too. I would feel a little bad too. But the thing of it is these things happen. And you can't wallow in that. You can't submerge yourself in that depression or that feeling of being used, of being discarded. Because let me tell you something. Again, like I told you, you're not the only one. And this isn't his first rodeo. He knew he was going to sell that building. So he's just a crumb altogether. And what do we do with crumbs? We sweep them up and throw them in the garbage. So at this point, that's what needs to happen. You understand? Let him go up north. Because he'll find whatever his comeuppance is, he'll find that when he gets there. You do what you need to do for Jasmine. Because this isn't Jasmine's end. I promise you that. Okay? Daily tea. Loves, loves, loves. Beware of those that offer sexual propositions. More often than not, they do not pan out. The ones offering these positions usually have a hidden agenda, and it has nothing to do with you advancing in life. People that offer such things are toxic, and the results will be toxic. For those of you who dabble in the craft, understand there's nothing wrong with it. However, you can't jump into these things without fully understanding what you are doing. If you're from a bloodline, you need to talk to the elders in that bloodline. Have them guide you in the correct way of doing things. Be wary of online covens or any old material you might happen upon. Do not just dabble into any old thing. You must do real research before beginning this path. With that said, if you have a bizarre situation or simply some drama and need to give voice to it, email me. And now, I do have some private sessions. I'm off to do an energy cleanse. See you guys later. Guys, we are growing. We've changed the direction of the show to give you what you need, want, and desire. If you have a situation you don't want to discuss on the show, email me marked private and help. I cover all things from relationships to haunts. If you need help, you found it. Keep those emails coming, hit that subscribe button, and join the WCT fam.